Okay, this is my third video on how my recovery is going after Achilles tendon surgery. And it's been about 6 weeks since we last spoke. This video covers weeks 4 to 10. And the reason I didn't film anything for such a long time is because there wasn't much to say. But you know what? Let's travel in time. Because now the boot is finally off, so maybe I can tell you a story about this lazy ass right here. I'll tell you what. This guy was feeling so sorry for himself for about 2 weeks. He watched all the bullshit shows on TV and wasted so much time that with that attitude I thought we would never get off this fucking couch. You know what? Maybe he can tell you the story himself. Come on, tell them. Tell them. Honestly, there is not much to say. I just find myself in this loop where I would go to work probably 3 times a week for a few hours, come back home and just watch TV. In those 2 weeks I watched Lost, and if you haven't watched that or if you haven't seen it, please don't. It's absolute waste of time. Maybe that's why it's called Lost. Then I watched Prison Break and some other show I don't even remember. And let's not even talk about the hours spent just mindlessly scrolling through social media. Yeah, so one day I would told myself that's enough. I decided I could only watch TV or use my phone between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. I couldn't even listen to music. My options were reading, working, or doing nothing. So I did nothing. I spent the whole weekend just staring out of the window, just watching birds. But on Monday I woke up with completely different attitude and even happier. I could feel that it helped. But yeah, it was sad why stop feeling sorry for yourself, like you're gonna be fine. Okay, let's enough with the self-pity. You might feel like crap with this injury too, but let me tell you, people have it worse and you will get through it. So first, I want to talk about physiotherapists. You need to make sure you will find a good one. Someone who explains everything clearly to you. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I had few questions for my physio, but the whole process with him didn't make me feel like he was confident in handling this specific injury. From setting up the boot to giving me a structured plan, I felt unsure. So I called a friend who is also a physio, but she lives further away. 3 days later I visited her to get a better understanding of what's to come. She suggested I find a new physio, so I did. I found a great guy closer to my work who confidently explained what we were going to do. I had a small hiccup with the boot setup for about 2 weeks, where I was weight bearing in a certain range and it was painful. This new physio suggested keeping it in a fixed position, and that helped a lot. So my advice, find someone confident with at least some experience with this injury. It's not super common, so it might be hard to find someone, but hopefully you will. According to my surgeon's instruction, I was supposed to be out of the boot by week 6. But my physio suggested waiting. But by week 8 I was excited to finally get out of the boot. I even brought 2 shoes to my physio session, but he told me we should wait 1 more week to build more strength in the calf. So I had to do more seated and standing calf raises to build at least some strength before walking again. After 9 weeks, finally it happened. I could wear shoes and walk again. Let me tell you, after almost 11 weeks in the boot, counting from the injury, you get pretty comfortable with it. Are there issues? Yes, knee, hip and back pain. But you start walking confidently with the boot. So it's a shock when you first start walking without the boot. You struggle at first, and apparently it's going to take some time to feel normal again. People say 2 to 4 months, I don't know. You are most likely going to get heel insert into the shoe, so your foot is not in a neutral position, but has a positive drop. It's not flat, it's slightly in an angle down. You're slightly pointing your toes down when you're walking. So now I've been without the boot for about a week now, and it's been tough. It's been painful and my ankle swells up like a balloon by end of the day. But hey, it's better than being stuck in the boot. I've got my freedom back because I can drive again. But I still use the walking scooter because I can really walk fast and my dog is not going to wait for me. So let's talk about rehab. You will go through different stages. At first, you won't be allowed to use any resistance when moving your foot down, and you won't be allowed to go past neutral for a long time when pointing your toes up. Always listen to your physio's instruction. Don't listen to anyone on the internet, okay? For me, my rehab program up until weeks 5 to 8 look like this. Active plantar flexion with resistant bend, inversion and eversion with the bend, bridges, leg extensions, hip extensions and donkey kicks. Then after that I added wall sits, and this is what I've been doing over the past week, which is week 9 and 10 post-operation. I was doing seated calf raises, standing calf raises, loaded wall sits, leg extensions, hamstring curls. I tried doing some backwards walking with a sledge, which wasn't suggested by my physio, but it felt good, so we see if he's going to be okay with it. And I started walking on a treadmill very slowly to relearn my gait. It's pretty useful because you can hold on the rails to support your body weight. But as I said, please don't follow exactly what I'm doing in my rehab program. Sometimes I come up with things on my own and I take full responsibility for that. But always listen to your physio, not random people on the internet. So yeah, that's it for today. If you have any questions, just drop them below. Hopefully I will film a new video sooner this time. So whenever I'm going through the same thing, will understand that is what's normal, what is not normal, or what other people or what am I experiencing.